What's up, guys? Those of you who don't know me, this channel is dedicated to exploring videos out of my vehicle. I'm gonna be on the road and hopefully soon, but in the meantime you guys are gonna get content of me working on this thing and trying to get it prepped and ready for a long road trip ahead. So I've been working on this, and what video footage I do have I'll show, but yeah, just basically gonna be following along on this build. I'm just trying to make it reliable and work correctly, so that way when we're traveling we don't have any hiccups or issues, but also trying to make sure my vehicle is nice looking, make good content. But we're gonna be on the road, we're gonna be traveling to different states, different things. I'm not gonna speak forever, I'm just gonna hop in and throw some footage of me working on this thing, and that'll be that. Appreciate all the support, and I love you guys. It is winter time, so obviously I have a wood stove to stay warm in the garage. It's a little chilly. This is my 1997 Jeep Cherokee. As you can tell, the hood is red. This is red, but the rest of it is black. But besides certain portions or whatever, like a red fender, red drip rail that has tape on it. I have to rebuild my rocker panels because of infamous rust issues on Cherokees. They're awful. They have certain areas that are prone to rusting really bad. So all of this paint here is bed liner. I sprayed it myself in the garage. I taped off everything and bed lined everything. In between, in the door jambs have not been painted yet because I've been working on stuff. And let me turn up my light a little bit so you guys can see. But and my headliner that I'm working on, I got a lot of projects going on. That was all my interior trim pieces. I have new leaf springs, but the other side is gonna get the same kind of treatment. This is Herculiner bed liner. It is super tough and rubberized. It does not come off of anything, actually. Very little prep work, and it honestly kind of sucks when you put it on. Please make sure you don't have to take it back off, because it does not come back off. But I got my accessory mount plate for my roof rack. For anything I want to add to it, really. It's probably going to hold fresh water, rotor pack. But I painted all of this myself. As I said, the door jambs have not been painted yet. The drip rail I Herculined primarily because it holds these clips that hold on my roof rack. It has a heavy tent on it. This rocker panel I've already replaced. We've already welded it up, and I bed lined the whole thing. Cleaned it, prepped it. I sprayed fluid film on the whole internal of my rocker panel. I cannot get my words out today. Bed lined the bottom part of my fender. I have some touch-up work, obviously, because I'm doing it in a garage and painting it all myself, and I have a friend. Okay, cool. But big plans. This right here is a surprise. I'm not gonna let anybody know what's going on with that. But I got my pod lights. I'm probably being a little extra, but these Cherokees are not super reliable vehicles. They are prone to overheating. You can get death wobbled pretty much if you don't check your steering bearings and your linkages and stuff. So I have a new battery cradle, and I have a new battery. It's on a trickle charge, obviously, but I've upgraded all of my wiring. I have not mounted things yet because obviously, as you can tell, I have been painting certain things that I've been working on. Everywhere that I have worked on and done work to and changed things has been painted with Eastwood Rust Encapsulator Platinum. It's a silver. It is dirty, but it's silver colored, so that way if any rust comes through or anything happens, I can catch it quickly. Obviously, I have not made my way around. Eventually this whole engine bay will be nice and clean, but I've upgraded all my wires to the Big 7 Jeep cable kit just to make sure the electrical and startup, everything is crisp and good. This is heat shielding for my fuel rail. I put a cold air intake only because I was trying to open up airspace. The problem with these Jeeps is they put a bigger engine than the engine bay was really supposed to have, and so the engine bay doesn't really have a whole lot of room for air to just go through. So I put this in there to eliminate this giant air box that was in here, and some other things, and it's primarily just for airflow, which when I gotta take my hood off and it needs some work. But I'm gonna add inlets for airflow and exhaust outlets for hot air to exit. The reason the front is taken apart really is because I need to replace this panel here with my new one. And as you can tell, my unibody frame up here toward the front is quite messed up, and that was from the original owner or the previous owner, whoever did it, but they did it. My bracket here needs to be replaced. I have to rebuild this part for my headlight housing, and as you can tell, the whole front end here has been crinkled up. When it reaches here, everything's fine, but here just got pushed in, and they pulled it back and lined up the body lines, which is nice. So I could technically put everything back and it would look perfect, and everything would function correctly. But it's just the fact that I'm putting all this money into my vehicle, so I'm gonna try to rebuild this. When I find a donor Jeep, that's when I'm rebuilding it. So I gotta keep telling myself I'm just gonna put it back together, drive it, use it, and when I find a donor Jeep, I'm gonna rebuild it, and it's gonna look great. If anybody has any bright ideas, I have these brackets that I have made. I went to Lowe's. I've siliconed these brackets to these so that way they don't move while I'm putting it up there by myself. I have these heavy duty brackets that I've cut and drilled and put on here myself. And if you're wondering why these have holes here and holes there, it's because these are meant for housing support brackets for something. I can't really remember. But anyway, I cut them, painted them. They did look like this color, but I painted them myself. This is from my cork gasket that I put down. I put cork in between it so it doesn't rub the finish off of my stuff. But in theory, this water tank here gets mounted up here. Disregard the blocks up there for the moment. But the water tank would mount onto my roof rack. As you can tell, the brackets are right there with the washers. But it mounts onto here. The tank sits off to the side just a little bit, and that's our shower tank. So when I'm traveling, I can take an adequate shower. And all you need to do is put a little bit of pressure in it, and that way you have a shower. I'm trying to figure out how to mount this up there high enough to where I can mount this nature nest, lovely, shower room directly underneath it, and still be able to open up my door to use it for say if I need to grab some clothes or whatever, and I'm naked in my travels, you know, showering in the forest. I just need, if anybody's got any bright ideas, let me know in the comments down below, because I'm putting this up there, having the nature nest down below it. But I have these blocks to indicate how high my water tank has to be raised up in order for it to work. So it's got to be this high, and I can mount it below it and still open up my door. But I don't want to use blocks because they'll fall apart after a while. Anyway, that's the rundown of my channel and the Jeep. So if you guys want to stay tuned, comment down below and help me out. Give me some ideas, tips, and pointers. If you know anything about Cherokees to help me fix anything, that would be great, because I'll jot it down, keep track of it. I think I'm doing good so far, but as I make more videos, I have more questions. You guys can help me out along the way, and this will be just a cool adventure for all of us. But stay tuned, and until next video, guys, because that's it for this one. This was just kind of like a vlog, an introduction, and just showing you what's going on with my Jeep.